we need to consider something. We like the idea of realigning. We like the idea of the Lord putting some things in place that we are excited about. But whenever there's a realigning, there is a breaking of the bone in the body. Let's say a member of the body needs to be realigned. There's a breaking. We've talked about that before. The breaking is sometimes painful and it takes time to heal. That's what we've been seeing in what some call the purifying of the prophetic. I want us to consider something. Many look at David as being mentored by King Saul simply because David became king. But the one who mentored him was the one who was supposed to mentor Saul, which was Samuel. Samuel had been mentoring David long before David encountered Saul. We see the mercy and the kindness of God by allowing this one who had been mentored by Samuel and had been imparted to by Samuel, who the scripture says none of his words fell to the ground. The Spirit of the Lord was with this man as a judge, as a prophet, and as a priest. David, who represented a type of Christ, was a prophet. He was priestly, and he was a king. The way we measure things, we could tell that it's influenced by it. I'm talking about believers. It's influenced by culture. David was influenced by Samuel long before he encountered Saul, long before he came into Saul's house, long before. When Saul was chasing David, where did David go? He ran to his mentor. Some of you have criticized people because they would leave a space and they would run. Wherever they would run, y'all would accuse them of betrayal, like some did David, falsely accusing them. You got to look at it. We know the backstory. We know what went on in the tent, where it's clear that Saul rejected God, the king of Israel. And so God, the king of Israel, rejected Saul. But no one else knew that because there was this great pretense. He even said to Samuel, go out here with me so that the people can think that you are still, that God is still with me. Pretend with me. Put up this front with me so that we can deceive the people. A lot of that has happened. And because some of us have not been privy to those private things, those private dealings of some, we assume that those who leave those spaces are betraying. Samuel later anoints David as king. He continues to mentor him. How? The same way he was supposed to mentor Saul. Saul was not a young buck who did not want to listen to anybody, who did not want to come under anybody, who didn't, no. That may fly in your culture, but no, he was an older guy. And he was stubborn and set in his ways. And he wanted the people. There are leaders that are like that. They want the people to perceive them. Oh, don't idolize me. You say that with your mouth. You use those words, but your heart is far from that. You want that. You want it. And anyone who responds to the Lord concerning people, as David did with Samuel. There are those who have a tendency to chase them with words on social media, trying to make other people think that they are rebellious, and they're loose cannon, and they're a rogue prophet. Well, David was a rogue for a while because he was still functioning like he was functioning like he was king. He was not trying to take over the kingdom from Saul. Saul didn't even have it for it to be taken. There are those who do. You may have a building, but you stop following. Some are following, but in places they want. Anywho, God did not allow Saul to know who David was initially. There are those who are among you that the Lord won't let them know, or have not let you know rather, who they are, because you would be as Saul. You will be threatened by them. They don't want your ministry. Why would they want something that has not even been founded by the Lord? It does not look like what he intended it to look like. Why would they want it? God in his mercy, though, allowed someone, not allowed, worked it out, where someone who was mentored by Samuel to be in a place to comfort Saul. Saul forgot that David was the one who, when he played, the evil spirit would leave him, that was sent to him from God. Considering God's sovereignty. But it would leave when David would play. I believe when David played, he was priestly. He played as a prophet. He played as a priest. And the evil spirit could not stay. Jesus. There are those of you that God has been kind to. And he sent those who have not been mentored by you, but have been mentored by some you consider an enemy because they don't agree with you. There is a rising of the sons of God. Will we know it? Or will we deem them enemies? Or will you deem us enemies? Because those that you've rejected, who continue to follow the Lord the way that he wants, are the ones that they came from. I pray we are sensitive. And we reject culture that causes us to reject those who are sent to us in God's kindness and his mercy. There are those that God is raising up. Our culture says if you're going to be a king, you got to be mentored by a king. That's a lie. David wasn't mentored by Saul. He was mentored by Samuel, one who knew the voice of God. We have to look at this too. I see a lot of this. Don't be deceived. Some people will look at where people come from and demonize them. That means you would have demonized David, but because he came out of what you perceived as he was mentored by Saul. He came from Saul. So he has to be as crazy as Saul. Don't do that. Because he came out of Saul's house. But he was mentored long before by Samuel. I know people who reject, and I'm saying this because I already see people who reject certain voices because they say so and so was their pastor, or they came from so and so's church. Some of you would have said that about David. Look at Nabal, the foolish man. He accused David of running from his master. He accused David as being a rogue, and he's running from his pastor. And so I refuse to help him, and I'm right in refusing to help him. I'm justified in refusing to help him. And his words and his actions showed that he was a fool. He was not perceiving what God had been kind to him concerning. Some of you, what I'm saying, just like God was kind to Saul, he was kind to Saul, and he was kind to Samuel. Samuel mourned Saul for a long time. Being in Saul's house, I believe, was a comfort to Samuel. Nabal thought he was justified in rejecting David, not realizing David said, "We were kind to you. Nothing was stolen while we were with you. Nothing, you lost no sheep or anything. We kept back the wild animals while we were with you. And all we do is ask you to show us a bit of kindness." And he refused. Some have been like Nabal. So when you see some things happening, we have to stop judging with the seeing of our eyes and the hearing of our ears. Yet we read the scriptures and we go in and we get a message and we preach from hindsight. But when it's right in our face, when we encounter the same thing, we don't discern what God is doing. And so what I'm saying is, don't misjudge those that you see that the Lord is causing to emerge. I'm not saying those that are trying to emerge, those that are setting themselves with certain people so that they can emerge. Those that God is causing to emerge and his sons that he is causing to rise. Don't misjudge them because of who they were previously connected to. That's all I should have said. But yeah.